Sometimes with one I love. Sometimes with one I love, I fill myself with rage, for fear I effuse unreturned love. But now I think there is no unreturned love. The pay is certain, one way or another. I loved a certain person ardently, and my love was not returned. Yet out of that I have written these songs. To a Western Boy. Many things to absorb I teach to help you become eleve of mine. Yet if blood like mine circle not in your veins, if you be not silently selected by lovers, and do not silently select lovers, of what use is it that you seek to become eleve of mine? Fast anchored, eternal, O love. Fast anchored, eternal, O love. O woman I love, O bride, O wife, more resistless than I can tell the thought of you. Then separate, as disembodied or another born, ethereal, the last athletic reality, my consolation. I ascend, I float in the regions of your love, O man, O sharer of my roving life. Among the multitude. Among the men and women the multitude, I perceive one picking me out by secret and divine signs, acknowledging none else, not parent, wife, husband, brother, child, any nearer than I am. Some are baffled, but that one is not. That one knows me. Ah, lover, and perfect equal, I meant that you should discover me by so faint indirections. And I, when I meet you, mean to discover you by the like in you. O you, whom I often and silently come. O you, whom I often and silently come where you are, that I may be with you, as I walk by your side, or sit near, or remain in the same room with you. Little you know the subtle electric fire that for your sake is playing within me. That shadow, my likeness. That shadow, my likeness, that goes to and fro, seeking a livelihood, chattering, chaffering. How often I find myself standing and looking at it where it flits. How often I question and doubt whether that is really me. But among my lovers, and caroling these songs, oh, I never doubt whether that is really me. Full of life now. Full of life now, compact, visible. I, 40 years old, the 83rd year of the States. To one a century hence, or any number of centuries hence. To you yet unborn these, seeking you. When you read these, I that was visible, and become invisible. Now it is you, compact, visible, realizing my poems, seeking me, fancying how happy you were if I could be with you and become your comrade. Be it as if I were with you. Be not too certain, but I am now with you. Salut Au Monde. 1. Oh, take my hand, Walt Whitman. Such gliding wonders, such sights and sounds, such joined, unended links, each hooked to the next, each answering all, each sharing the earth with all. What widens within you, Walt Whitman? What waves and soils exuding? What climes? What persons and cities are here? Who are the infants, some playing, some slumbering? Who are the girls? Who are the married women? Who are the groups of old men going slowly with their arms about each other's necks? What rivers are these? What forests and fruits are these? What are the mountains called that rise so high in the mists? What myriads of dwellings? Are they filled with dwellers? 2. Within me latitude widens, longitude lengthens. Asia, Africa, Europe are to the east. America is provided for in the west. Banding the bulge of the earth winds the hot equator. Curiously north and south turn the axis ends. Within me is the longest day. The sun wheels in slanting rings. It does not set for months. Stretched in due time within me, the midnight sun just rises above the horizon and sinks again. Within me zones, seas, cataracts, forests, volcanoes, groups, Malaysia, Polynesia, and the great West Indian islands. 3. What do you hear, Walt Whitman? I hear the workman singing and the farmer's wife singing. I hear in the distance the sounds of children and of animals early in the day. I hear emulous shouts of Australians pursuing the wild horse. I hear the Spanish dance with castanets in the chestnut shade to the rebec and guitar. I hear continual echoes from the Thames. I hear fierce French liberty songs. I hear of the Italian boat sculler, the musical recitative of old poems. I hear the locusts in Syria as they strike the grain and grass with the showers of their terrible clouds. I hear the Coptic refrain towards sundown, pensively falling on the breast of the black venerable vast mother of the Nile. I hear the chirp of the Mexican muleteer and the bells of the mule. I hear the Arab musing calling from the top of the mosque. I hear the Christian priests at the altars of their churches. I hear the responsive bass and soprano. I hear the cry of the Cossack and the sailor's voice putting to sea at Akatisk. I hear the wheeze of the slave coffle as the slaves march on, as the husky gangs pass on by twos and threes fastened together with wrist chains and ankle chains. I hear the Hebrew reading his records and psalms. I hear the rhythmic myths of the Greeks and the strong legends of the Romans. I hear the tale of the divine life and bloody death of the beautiful God, the Christ. I hear the Hindu teaching his favorite pupil the loves, wars, adages, transmitted safely to this day from poets who wrote 3,000 years ago. 4. What do you see, Walt Whitman? Who are they you salute? And that one after another salute you. I see a great round wonder rolling through space. I see diminutive farms, hamlets, ruins, graveyards, jails, factories, palaces, hovels, huts of barbarians, tents of nomads upon the surface. I see the shaded part on the one side where the sleepers are sleeping, and the sunlit part on the other side. I see the curious rapid change of the light and shade. I see distant lands as real and near to the inhabitants of them as my land is to me. I see plenteous waters. I see mountain peaks. I see the Sierras of Andes where they range. I see plainly the Himalayas, Chian Shahs, Altais, Ghauts. I see the great pinnacles of Elbrus, Kazbek, Bazarjusi. I see the Styrian Alps and the Carmack Alps. I see the Pyrenees, Balkhs, Carpathians, and to the north, the Dora fields, and off at sea Mount Helka. I see Vesuvius and Etna, the mountains of the moon, and the red mountains of Madagascar. I see the Libyan, Arabian, and Asiatic deserts. I see huge, dreadful Arctic and Antarctic icebergs. I see the superior oceans and the interior ones, the Atlantic and Pacific, the Sea of Mexico, the Brazilian Sea, and the Sea of Peru, the waters of Hindustan, the China Sea, and the Gulf of Guinea, the Japan waters, the beautiful Bay of Nagasaki, landlocked in its mountains, the spread of the Baltic, Caspian, Bothnia, the British shores, and the Bay of Biscay, the clear sunned Mediterranean, and from one to another of its islands, the White Sea, and the sea around Greenland. I behold the mariners of the world. Some are in storms, some in the night with the watch on the lookout, some drifting helplessly, some with contagious diseases. I behold the sail and steamships of the world, some in clusters in port, some on their voyages. Some double the Cape of Storms, some Cape Verde, others Capes Garduffi, Bon, or Bahador. Others donder ahead, others pass the Straits of Sunda, others Cape Lopatka, others Bering Straits, others Cape Horn, others sail the Gulf of Mexico or along Cuba or Haiti, others Hudson's Bay or Baffin's Bay. Others pass the Straits of Dover, others enter the Wash, others the Firth of Solway, others round Cape Clear, others the Land's End. Others traverse the Zuider Zee or the Scheldt, others as comers and goers at Gibraltar or the Dardanelles. Others sternly push their way through the northern winter packs, others descend or ascend the Obi or the Lena, others the Niger or the Congo, others the Indus and the Burunpuder and Cambodia. Others wait steamed up and ready to start in the ports of Australia, wait at Liverpool, Glasgow, Dublin, Marseille, Lisbon, Naples, Hamburg, Bremen, Bordeaux, The Hague, Copenhagen. Wait at Valparaiso, Rio Janeiro, Panama.